Well, I guess while we hear them yapping in the background, go over all the stuff that happened. Finally, some karma coming back to data that's screwing over the player base. So that's apparently, well, that's not like a new. that's it's not about like an active thing right now necessarily. It's about a bunch of changes they did in the past apparently. So it seems that this is a short post, right? Translated. Notice. That's this one, I think, right? Yeah. Oh, wait, I didn't let it load. Why did I say yeah? 4-1, yeah, that is. The 3 years of boss damage, 3 lines potential issue. Federal Trade Committee has found Nexon violating the law. In 2010, the first release of cubes of not releasing the rates of the lines and changing the rates over 5 months. Year 2011 by changing the rates of triple lines, triple boss, triple item, triple mezzo. Wait, triple mezzo was changed? Oh, I didn't even know that one. Triple ignore defense, but not releasing the info. It's weird mentioning all of those, because triple boss and triple ignore defense and triple item are not possible. Triple mezzo is. But I don't know if there was something with that specifically. Year 2013 and 2016 by changing black cubes unique to legendary upgrade rate and not releasing the info. So it's purely for those things. According to the Federal Trade Committee, Nexon should be closing the services of the games for a certain duration of time, but due to the effect of closing the games and hurting the users more than the company, the committee has fined Nexon almost $9 million instead. Bro, $9 million is like nothing for them. That's not even the price of doing business. They probably got off easy with only $9 million. This company makes money like water. What was our official post? Is Wonjin Choi the one who has to stand up for this, even though Kang Won-ki was the one who led MapleStory through most of that time? The official commission determined that random items from MapleStory and Bubble Fighter was also connected in that, I saw, were suspected of violating the Electronic Commerce Act. Why are these letters so weird? Announced the imposition of a fine on Nexon. Punishments for bottom words were causing great disappointment. Oh, it's because of the zoom of our users. It began in March of 21 with the MapleStory self-disclosed probability. The issue began in March 21 when MapleStory self-disclosed the probability of the cube item. After probability was disclosed, the Federal Commission conducted an investigation as problems were raised about the fact that certain potential options such as boss did not appear repeatedly. Wait, are they trying to like take credit for actually disclosing the probability of an RNG gambling money costing item and needing to take until 2021 to show those rates more than 10 years after they released the system? Are they trying to pretend like they're going to take credit that they were going above and beyond? Honestly, if they're doing it and they're not legally mandated, then that would be like going above and beyond. But how is that not legally necessary? Because in Korea, I'm pretty sure you can play as a minor as well, right? So as a minor, you have access to online gambling and video games, but you don't have to show anyone any rates? I'd be surprised if they're trying to take credit for it there. The Federal Commission has conducted a comprehensive investigation into past and present random items in all Nexon games over the past 3 years, including 2 field surveys, and announced the results for the first time in 3 years. Yeah, so these are the 3 changes. We apologize once again for past issues. Yeah, so this seems like it's specifically, after all of their research, they only found that these past things were things that they were worth fining for. It still is wild to me that a lot of the stuff that's available right now. But I guess, yeah, if you don't have young people standing up and voting for your rights, not contacting your local representatives, not trying to make legislation. Because I'm in Belgium, we have a lot of stuff cordoned off. A bunch of cubes and stuff are not available for us. Like real money cubes are not available to us. In the Netherlands, you can buy certain items in the cash shop, but you cannot trade them afterwards, because that's where the gambling comes in for the Netherlands. It comes in the form of trying to flip, trying to make a profit. In Belgium, it comes at the front end. It comes at the point of not knowing what you're going to get, and therefore, if it's accessible to minors, it's online gambling, and therefore shouldn't be available as long as there's no age check. I feel like a lot of the online gambling stuff wouldn't be, or the online RNG stuff, I think we still need to know the rates, but all of the gambling stuff and the RNG stuff wouldn't be nearly as bad if it wasn't accessible to minors, and if it was just accessible to people of the age of majority who, you know, can kind of like make their own decisions in that sense. But the combination of having the untransparent gambling and having it accessible to minors at the same time, that's wild. That I guess people in the US just don't care in general about online games doing that. We heard some news that China is going to try to just get rid of more, you know, online gaming stuff, that they're trying to make it so that like daily login stuff and compounding sales and like VIP ranks and that kind of stuff, that they're going to try to make all of that stuff illegal. So hopefully this is part of like a big wave, and you know, all the crazy shit that the CCP and that China do. But hopefully all of this is like a positive wave towards consumer protection, because this is kind of, this part is wild. There's also some other stuff circulating though, which we'll get into in a little bit. Next week we're going to MapleStory to the harsh criticism received from users in 2021. It wasn't really harsh criticism. It was completely deserved, because you guys completely rigging it. For people who don't know, Inabilities and Flames were completely rigged, where they were dependent on other outcomes, which was completely never told, and never. People were able to make recipes in Inability where if you unlocked certain lines, you could increase your chances of hitting certain other lines that you would want, and then that would make it like better on average to have certain outcomes. Also, if you see people with old items that are flamed, the all-stat line, which was considered the most valuable line, was often combined with the jump line, because that was the weakest one, to try to mitigate the average outcome of the flame value. Maple subreddit being down, a coincidence? I mean, I'm literally on it. Is it going down? I don't know, there might be some active, but MapleStory subreddit is not owned by MapleStory. That's a fan subreddit. So if that is going down by something, that's not a... or if they're deciding to go down or something as some kind of protest, then that might be one thing. But if I saw that the channels in MapleStory were crashing, which has actually led to my timer for my AFK thing, I think, going up, because my new character that I got yesterday is already level 8, is almost level 9 at this point. We're already at 630 minutes, which I don't think I should have that many hours. But I woke up and I just set these guys back in there, because I was locked out of the game on both of my characters as well. So at least channel 18 took a hit. But when I logged back in, there were like 3 other channels that were also down. So those things are probably connected in some way, yeah. But I don't know about the subreddit specifically. So they're talking here about the chose to fully disclose probabilities of all paid probability items and further introduce the probability monitoring system Nexon Now. The introduction of an open API that allows users to directly check probability data and verify probability information is also part of it. This is a really tricky one though, because you can say that what you're showing is all of the rates and all of the odds of everyone on the server who's doing the things, but is someone going to double check all of that? Like, how do you know that that is 100% accurate? Because there's a little bit more of a panicky post. Hang on. Really, so many shortcomings for our users. Using this incident as an opportunity, Nexon is looking back at the past, making up for what was lacking, and constantly thinking about the future to create a game that users can be proud of. We will take responsibility and take the lead in creating a healthy gaming culture in a more mature manner without betraying the trust of our users. We'll have to see how Korea feels about that one. I'll go over the comments on the YouTube video in a bit, because I think that says more about like how the community's feeling about it. I don't know how legitimate this is. Nexon also holds multiple patents probably for dynamic rates. I'll translate in a bit. If a lot of users are active, decrease rates, increase rates for users with low activity, change rates based on location. If gacha items exceed expected number or set amount, decrease rates. Change rates based on number of friends on buddy list. Change rate based on buddy list stats. Change rates for certain gacha items above some rarity. Change rates based on users' current items. This, I don't know. I don't know who this is. I don't know where this is exactly coming from. If these are patents, there's not to be said that they are used or can be used. I don't know how these patents are legal. But yeah, I don't know what the trustworthiness is of that specifically, or what that source is. Oh, here. Look at the spend search number on the Korean patent catalog website. The first search result apparatus and method for providing item is it. Obviously, the entire website and document will be in Korean, but there is a button to machine translate the document to English. Specific section summarized above at page 3. Since it's Nexon's patent that's not specifically tied to MapleStory, there's no guarantee that the similar implementation won't be a thing in Nexon's other games. Okay, that's good that we have this source here. You got like a giant patent office, probably like digitally not secure, right? They can afford their their free HTTPS license.
2021년 4월에 고객 간담회를 시작으로 정말 다양한 경로로 용사님들을 마주했습니다. 그리고 이제 그 기억들은 저로 하여금 이 업계에서 일하는 그런 마음가짐.
Yeah, so just so they have the patents, if they have the overview one.
어쩌면 모든 게임 서비스는
No, this is something else.
개발자가 유저에게 일방향적으로 어떤 서비스를 제공하는 것이 아니라 개발자와 유저가 상호의 신뢰를 바탕으로 함께 유의미한 서비스를 만들어 나가는.
Oh, you have to look it up here.
확신합니다. 그래서 지난 3년 동안 용사님들께서 주시는 말씀 한마디 한마디에 귀 기울이면서 기뻐하고 또 때로는 슬퍼했고 그렇게 용사님들과 함께 메이플 스토리를 새롭게 만들어 왔다고 생각합니다.
Yeah, the problem for us as well is that all this stuff is in Korean, and you wonder how much of the Google translated stuff is actually real.
지금까지 용사님들이 저희에게 주신 큰 신뢰와 사랑을 또 다시 한번 흔들었다는 생각에.
It's kind of hard to open. Oh, here, open full text.
죄송한 마음이 들었습니다.
That should be able to translate it? No.
저와 메이플 스토리는
Yeah.
이렇게 다시 한번 흔들린 신뢰를 회복하기 위해서 무슨 일을 해야 할지 원점에서부터 다시 고민하겠습니다. 우리의 게임성, 성장, 과금 구조, 업데이트의 구성 등의 모든 항목에 대해서.
Yeah, I just want, because you're just thinking like, oh, I'm just buying this thing and I'm getting this thing, and then there's all these like nefarious things that could be happening with it. You don't want to become like a complete conspiracy theorist, but the more of this shit you see, the less, the more you feel like a sheep if you don't think that way, or at least consider that strongly. So this one's not just a meme. So yeah, we don't know to which extent this is like being applied. Doesn't see, but if you, there's at this point there's like a history of histories don't give any guarantees for behavior in the future or for current behavior, of course, but you have nothing else to really go off of except that. So whether you want to or not, it's going to 100% be used as an indicator in terms of what they are capable of and what they might be doing. So it'd be almost unreasonable not to at least expect any of that. So hopefully this will give us some wind in the sails. I've been for the last months pushing behind the scenes to definitely send all of my signals I can directly to Nexon to finally give us the not moderating of the system, the what do they call it here?
모든 결정들에 있어서 이것이 우리가 할 수 있는 최선인지 항상 반성하고 또 반문하겠습니다.
monitoring system. That's the one. Because they officially posted in, was it in 2021? I think. That they were going to implement it for GMS as well, and then they just went completely quiet. Can I search for that? Oh, 2021 is also the last year that's up here. Past that, it might actually be... Oh, do you think it might get scrubbed? Was it that one?
또 그 궁금증에 답변을 드리는 것이 저희가 앞으로 신뢰를 회복하는데 필요한 길이라고 한다면 주저하지 않고
Maybe curious about how the skill Kishin Shokan skill will behave in the new level 300 and above area, as the skill provides similar features to some of the items listed by our teams have been reviewing. Skill has unique effects. We plan on reducing its effectiveness next year. Sounds. Dang, where is that? Lara. Wasn't it in like April? Oh wait, it goes backwards. Oh god. Do I have to just... Oh my god, we're still in November. How many updates did they post? Jesus. 15-minute 3x compensation coupons? Yeah, well, how about 1,000 that don't expire? Think GMS will get compensation for this? No, I don't think even KMS will get compensation for this. If they complain about things, certain things, like these are things that are already no longer like the case, or things that have already been brought to light. It's because of the things that they brought to light that they started investigating into things they did in the past and decided that they like broke the law and did things in the past. I think when it comes to Nexon, the main thing that they're thinking right now is these things have already been addressed. We've already covered, not covered these things up, but like, well, kind of. We've already like moved past these things with other things in the game, and the only real reason that they're bringing this up and addressing it because they don't want to look like they're covering it up. But at the same time, it's not something that they're found of being in breach of right now at this moment. It's about things they did in the past that were unlawful in the eyes of that committee. So I don't think there's going to be any changes in that sense, no. Avoidability, iterability, compensation, chemical hearts, feedback. Was that the last time we had OneDroid? Wasn't it here around April? Oh god. Bonus stat generation issue compensation reminder. No, that's just... That was after those changes. Lacaline Main Street, any reboot issue resolved. Client crashing. May? Communication improvement? Oh, it might be this one. Better explanation of game changes and updates. Recent Korea player conference and game improvements. Sharing high-level roadmap of future updates with the community. No, that's also not it. Control F. Can I not search for that? I'm so sure it was somewhere here early on in 2021. PIC removed? Oh my god, it's already been like 3.5 years. That was such a great update. Maple TV will removed in October 2021. Oh my god, time has flown. Safety gem compensation. Damn, was it even... No, it couldn't have been earlier because the whole... April 1st? No, that's just the compensation part. When is this one? March 12th. Bonus stat compensation details. Yeah, that's when we just got the things that KMS did, and everyone in GMS was just kind of like, oh, cool, we're getting free shit. No one was really making a fuss or actively trying to get to the bottom of anything. or really complaining. Everyone was just like, oh, we're already getting free stuff. Cool. Deeply apologize. Sure. March 25th. Maybe it was this one? Quest reopening. Oh, was it the compensation was also broken, yeah. Where's that post? Damn. Didn't I know that I sent this to some people at Nexon too. Where is it? Who did I send to it? Definitely sent it to her. Oh, and I sent it to this person as well, I'm pretty sure. Oh, April 7th? Oh, April 6th, 2021. Oh, I was close. I was super close. Oh, it was the Mechanical Hearts one. Oh, yeah, I scrolled past it. You're responsible to things that players have suggested taken from the currently published improve transparency and the software to check the odds. The development project to set up a real-time monitoring system for the in-game probability has already begun, but it will take some time before we are able to present a complete version to you. We apologize again for not giving you any updates about it, and we will make sure to let you know when we have any updates. April 6th, 2021. Like, how? Is that the Nexon way? Just forget about it. Just don't tell us. Just pretend like, just wait until the community stops complaining, and then it's just like, well, I guess you don't want it that much. Constant communication with the player base and explanations for the changes. That's been getting a little better. Reliable feedback system for bug reporting. Customer support improvements on false bans. I think in general support has gotten better over the years for sure. A lot of people who like lost stuff or have accidents happen have been getting their stuff back a lot more. That's improved. Bug fix improvements. Yeah, concerns are going to no longer release where players were asking for these items to return or to be reverted, but as we mentioned through previous memos, some of the items have been designed to be aligned with the status and the balance of MapleStory at the time, and maintaining the certain past items. Yeah, that's all just side stuff. Timely fixes of broken skills. Yeah, but it's mainly this top point here. There is the monitoring system. That stuff exists in Korea, but I guess because the Koreans actually complained, they got it, and then in the West we just kind of just like, if we get it, we get it, but if we don't, it's whatever. Like, I'm just swiping my credit card and I know that I'm getting fucked kind of attitude. So Nexon is just like okay with that. Like, I personally don't spend money on this game. So like for me personally, that does bother me. But like with the overall game and how it affects the community and players inside of it, I don't see how you can actively spend money on this game. Like, there are probably fact bets coming, or hopefully for some people, is gonna affect you spending $100 or $70 if you're applying the reward shop discount, and then $10 a month to keep your pet alive. Like, are you gonna do that when you know that they're on the other side? They might be actively screwing you over on odds and stuff because they've promised all of these things and never given them to you. I mean, that's a thing you have to ask yourself as an individual. I probably do my best to give all of my saved up NX from the Beam Brigade away to players to get people fact bets for free so that they don't have to spend money on Maple. That's my way of solving that, at least a little bit. Might not make a dent at all, but at least it's something. But there's enough of a breadcrumb trail here, I think, with some glaring problems. But a lot of this won't change unless the laws where you guys are changed. Like I said, I'm in Belgium, so I feel like if you look at overall how online games have to act, and in terms of gambling and all that stuff online, it's definitely far from perfect. But we're like ahead in a lot of other countries in terms of consumer protection there. you guys are all in the US, some of you are in Canada, that's where like most of you guys are. It seems like you're just completely bare and unprotected completely. So unless you have local representatives, unless you have people fighting for you and protecting your rights online as a consumer, you're going to keep getting taken for rides constantly without knowing it. So you can get upset at Nexon about that, but Nexon is just doing what a company does and trying to make as much money as possible within the confines of the law. The problem is that you're not changing the law to what you think it should be by making your vote count, by making your voice count, and by having your elected representatives and by having people that can get those things done work for you. So you're going to need to organize, you're going to need to activate, not just on Reddit and yelling, because that's definitely a good step, that's definitely something, but that's not going to lead to anything. You're going to need to look at like, who are your local representatives? How do you get like laws to pass in your system wherever you are, right? Like what is already being done? How can that be amended? How can you drum up support for that? These are like important things. If you guys find those for your local states where you are, I can definitely megaphone that and do my best to look into that and help support that. But I'm going to like just like lead you to the water kind of thing. Like I'm not going to figure all that stuff out wherever you guys are. You have to do that locally. Like I can't be the one, getting into that stuff. But something needs to move there, yeah. And a protest truck is one thing, but you also have to consider like in Korea there's already a lot of laws and there is already a lot of protection and stuff like that. And those oversight committees are doing work, as you can tell here. They're still, from what I can tell, woefully underpowered, because if all they can do is give MapleStory like a $9 million fine, they probably have like 50 million a year or like a month or something in their budget for like fines and stuff that they just save up reserves for. I doubt that this is anything that they're surprised by. You just take money out of that fund, say make an apology video, move the fuck on, right? If people get super upset, they finally change some things, they do some concessions, they give some free items, and then they move the fuck on, right? That's just how it's going for them. They're just you definitely blame them on some like ethical levels and everything, but at the end of the day, it's a company that's trying to make money under a capitalist system, and they're just doing what they can do, what they're allowed to do. This is apparently what's allowed. And there's a whole bunch of stuff that's happening to you guys as consumers that is under your laws allowed. So you need to speak up and need to make sure that those are no longer allowed. So if you really care, work on it on that level. And if you don't, that's also fine, but then be realistic about that, right? You can upvote a post on Reddit, but don't get super bent out of shape about it and then not follow through and not do anything with it, because then you're not accomplishing anything at that point. So I'm gonna call out I have been calling out Nexon on this shit, especially. Where is a monitoring system? It's been actual years. When are you guys going to follow through on anything that you promised us? It's already existing in Korea. Just click the Google Translate button like you usually do. Slap it in there. Give us at least some kind of overview. Give us some kind of confirmation, at least some kind of response that whatever this is for the patent stuff, that none of this is actively going on in MapleStory with proof and with like the person who would go into that, or have an independent third party go into stuff and find this. Because this is like a really good way of like really bad rumors starting. But like I said, you have a horrible history and you have been lying and changing stuff and not letting us know. That's why these fines exist. So who are we supposed to trust in that, right? It's the whole usually it's trust but verify, but now it's distrust and verify kind of thing. And you can't really hold that against any community members, any player-based people who feel like that. So on that last note, I wanted to check. I closed that video. I wanted to check I closed so many tabs now. Oh, the YouTube video. Oh God, where is it? When did I close it? My God. No, that's not right. Now I'm going too far back. Oh, I still had it open. I knew that. I don't know how to really. Usually there's things that are not even in a different language that have a translate button underneath, and now they don't. Oh, translate selection to English. Translate full page. Can we do that? There we go. Like, okay, there we go. You have greatly contributed to creating the perception that games equals C stories among those who are not familiar with games. Thank you so much. Thanks to MapleStory operators, the Korean gaming market, which has been improving recently, is declining one step further. God, Google Translate is so bad. It's hard to understand what the actual... Korea's first game to compete with government agencies. Broadcast of complaints of injustice from those who complained of trust. God, this is hard to understand exactly what this what these comments mean with Google Translate. Apology notice, instead of saying I did not notify you, right? Not only did I exploit the weakness of the law to betray and deceive users, but also show up my hypocritical and ugly side. See, there's an actual comment that can work. Maybe it was written in English and then translated into Korean. Yo, MapleStory, you are in real danger. Ooh. If you fooled once, you're innocent. If you fooled twice, you're stupid. If you fooled 3 times, you're an accomplice. Ooh. Only game in Korea that blocks growth because it doesn't want to create a new boss. Right? That's right after they created like 4 new boss difficulties, but plus we just had the biggest power creep ever in the last 6 months. But okay, I mean, there's plenty to say, but that feels like a bad comment. So a lot of people trying to get away with it by claiming that it was only their fault that they didn't give notice. Well, a lot of, yeah. Again, a lot of it comes down to holding people accountable, but also having some kind of oversight. But yeah, them trying to play it off like, oh, the only reason you guys found out is because we posted the rates by ourselves and we didn't even have to do that. Like, damn, that's so shady. That is so shady. There's an old saying in Tennessee. That's what George W. Bush Jr. said, right? Strange game that has more viewers than the showcase. What? Apple Labang is much more attractive than showcase. Oh, I don't. Yeah, okay. These translations are not great. So making a fuss about restoring shaken trust. Isn't it right to find out who was playing a prank and who gave the order? Been holding back since 21, but now I'm leaving. I enjoyed playing this game since I was in middle school. Wonky Kang said the user meeting in April 2021 that there has been no change in probability, but you already knew that then, right? It was a time when you were already under investigation by the Fair Trade Commission. In April? Well, they're saying that they released the monitoring thing and then that the Fair Trade Commission started after that, right? Telling you just the odds, you'll get a boost in company sales, get a bonus, and get promoted, so you'll be excited after enjoying everything for over 10 years. If you make a sad face and feel sorry, that's it. I have to file a criminal complaint for fraud and file a civil class action lawsuit to get my money back. Wait, what is this? I'm so sad. Advanced Canon 1.5K watching? Is that actually MapleStory? Wait, is that real? Can we click that? Oh, this is MapleStory M. MapleStory M stream. Damn. Wait, I'm so sad also. What? Is that why it showed up? Because it had the same title and it was related to MapleStory as a Disney video? Wait, what? That's so wild. Fucking YouTube recommendations. When it comes to probability, we cannot deceive users. Yet you did. Are you going to apologize now that your dark intentions have been exposed to the world? If it weren't for the Fair Trade Commission's announcement, you would have stayed quiet till the end, but what? Want me to trust you again? What are these people looking at? Who was it that secretly betrayed the people they trusted every time? They secretly deceived users by secretly asking them to believe them. And then what? Are you asking me to trust you again while maintaining balance until the end, justifying cash and rationalizing it? Ha 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 ha. I'm speechless in our game with as much BM crap as you guys. Black Mage called out. He jumped from the 3rd floor, so I somehow used CPR, but he jumped again from the 5th floor. These are gotta be some Korean references. Wow. Fodder Liberation Genesis Weapon 22-star twins. Use specification averages. All parts of Eternal 20-star legendary jet black set. Oh, pitch boss set. 17-star legend. What? Soul magnetic pet 3 choice soul order piece 2,000 pieces. Thank you for. Oh, that's the compensation he wants. Gotcha. Okay. Least deranged YouTube commenter. Summary of Apology Podcast. It is true that you were deceived. Nice. It was okay to cheat back then, but by today's standards, it's not okay, so I'm sorry. I mean, sounds really bad, but kinda. Again, as it's not right, but it was legal. The problem is, though, nobody gives a shit about the legality afterwards. You care about if it was right or not. And if you're ever like trying to hide behind the legality of a thing, you're just gonna look like a total fucking douche, which I think is totally fair, and you should call people out for it. Easy. The person says secretly a lot. That's secretly great. Yeah, it's probably just because of like Google Translate. They might translate a bunch of words as the same, so I'm not gonna give them like Google Translate feedback on. Oh, and now the comments just disappeared. What the hell? Where'd they go? Okay, yeah, Google translating YouTube comments, not the best thing. But yeah, do stuff. God, I have so many tabs open now. Now I forgot where everything is. But use this power, this momentum, use this for good, and use this for action, I would say. And if I see good action, I will support it, and I hope everyone else will as well. So I'll be keeping an eye on the MapleStory subreddit, and hopefully positive movement and actionable what's the word? Something actionable progress, demands, stuff will come from this, and I will be cheering it on, and I will be supporting it. But more than just Nexon bad, give free stuff, right? More than I never trusted them ever, because that's cool and all, but what is that really going to accomplish? I'll be looking for it. I believe in you guys. You guys can do it, and I will be supporting it, and I will be make sure to reach out to everyone who can empower that voice in any kind of way. So use this for good, and don't let them ever forget it.